So in recent videos, I've been talking a lot about divine providence, how God is the truth, the fact that God has a plan that He's accomplishing always throughout history, even in the midst of a pandemic. A pandemic is somehow part of His plan, not that He wants to cause a suffering, but He allows it to happen. And the mystery of that. Something that occurred to me along similar lines recently, and I thought I'd just share a couple thoughts in a short video about that. Specifically, that God is out, because in the context of providence, I talked about how God is always with us. Matthew, in his gospel, when Jesus is born, talks about how he shall be called Emmanuel, which means God with us. So the reality that Jesus is always with us. And this came to my mind when I was praying a short prayer that's part of the Liturgy of the Hours. Liturgy of the Hours, there's a 4-volume version. This is a 1-volume version of the Liturgy of the Hours. Liturgy of the Hours um, is an official prayer of the church that priests, bishops, the Pope, religious brothers, religious sisters, nuns, um, pray every day. Deacons pray every day, and lay people are invited to pray every day. Now, I don't pray the full Liturgy of the Hours myself. That's not part of my prayer habit, at least today. It has been at times in the past. It might be again in the future. But as part of that, there's night prayer, which is prayed at night. And there's a short prayer as part of that. I just want to read to you. It actually comes from Luke's gospel, when Mary and Joseph bring the child Jesus, the infant Jesus, to the temple in Jerusalem from Bethlehem. And Simeon is this man who's always in the temple praying and praising God. And when he sees Mary and Joseph with Jesus, he rejoices. And this is part of what he says from Luke chapter 2. Lord, now you let your servant go in peace. Your word has been fulfilled. My own eyes have seen the salvation which you have prepared in the sight of every people, a light to reveal you to the nations and the glory of your people, Israel. Now, there's a lot there that we could talk about, but I want to focus on my own eyes have seen the salvation which you've prepared in the sight of every people. Simeon said that because he saw this little baby, the infant, and through a gift, an inspiration, a grace of the Holy Spirit, he recognized that. But this is his words then have become part of this formal prayer of the church that at least hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, pray every night. I can pray this prayer every night. I do pray this prayer most nights. My own eyes have seen the salvation which you have prepared in the sight of every people. I don't pray that because Simeon said it and it's true for him 2,000 years ago. I pray it because it's true for me. My own eyes have seen the salvation which God has prepared in the sight of every people. My own eyes have seen Jesus today. Did I recognize him? Most of the time, no. Was he there anyway? Yes. The Christian proposal, one aspect of the Christian proposal, is that Jesus is present to us in every circumstance that we encounter and in the face of every person that we meet. That Christ is present to us. He's present to me in an internal way, in my spirit, my soul, but he also reveals himself to me in every face and every circumstance, every person I meet, and every circumstance that I experience. So I think one reason why the church invites us all to pray these words every night is for us to reflect, where did I today see Jesus? Where was Jesus present to me? Even whether I recognized him or not, where did I see him? Because he was there. So throughout our lives, in good times and in bad, in pandemics and lockdowns and afterward and before, Jesus is present to every one of us. Can we say, as Simeon did, that my own eyes have seen the salvation which you, Lord, have prepared in the sight of every people? Can I say that? It's true. I am invited to see it, to recognize the ways that Jesus is present to me. And when I do that, and those times when I've done that, all sorts of things flow from that. But I don't do it so that I experience those gifts of peace and joy and so on. I do it because I want to see Him. So that's my invitation to you. Maybe if there's something there for you, maybe not. But I would invite you to reflect each day. Where did you see Jesus today? Because He's there for you and for me. God bless.